In case you have not heard, I've just become a little more famous. And by that, I mean I made it into the paper, not through a Tortuga Twin thing, although Tortuga Twins were mentioned. I am doing a Mordant World meetup in Salisbury, North Carolina, and the Salisbury Post put me in their paper. Apparently the Literary Book Post, the bookstore I'll be doing that meetup at, went ahead and notified them. So it was very surreal because, you know, I'm used to the whole Tortuga Twin thing. I'm not necessarily used to the R. Mordant Mon, Mordant World notoriety, especially in the paper. And I was talking to another writer friend of mine, Allison Williams, and she had mentioned something about, I was talking to her about looking at that and feeling, you know, looking so cool on the page because they had a great picture of me and being in my pajamas and haven't shaved, hadn't brushed my teeth still. And so I was just like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, behind the magic. So, and today I have not shaved yet. I wanted to give you a little bit of that. This is just clothes that I threw on. I'm going to take a shower after this. I did brush my teeth. Muy importante. I did brush my teeth. Sometimes, even in the midst of successes and even in the midst of moving forward, I've talked to a couple of other life coaches about this, and there's that feeling of being a fraud, of, oh no, you're going to find me out. I've experienced this on stage. I've experienced this, you know, in my acting classes or, you know, doing films, as a coach. You know, a lot of times you'll be talking to a client and the very thing you're speaking to them about is stuff you need to hear, and it's just like, whoa, you know, if only they knew I was such a big faker. I think that's a phenomenon that we all go through as we begin to move forward in our lives, you know, as we're stepping into this new thing and starting to take on the mantle of whatever it is we're becoming. There's that great feeling of, oh, I'm a fraud, everybody's going to find me out, I don't belong here. And I've actually heard that to be a thing. I've actually heard of it to be a thing with people who have great potential, who have great, you know, success, and they're on the brink of that. Now, this could be, of course, I'm going to, you know, this feeds into my hubris, as of course I feel that way. Of course, that's what I am, you know. And the converse of that, not to be linked to the shoe, but the converse of that is those people who really aren't moving forward, but think that, you know, they are full of themselves, you know, and they kind of rest on those laurels instead of constantly moving forward, instead of constantly pushing themselves. You know, I think we all fall into both categories. I know I have. So I guess the reason for this video blog today is just to let you know that no matter where I am in my life, I'm just a normal guy, and I'm experiencing the same things that you are. I'm experiencing those doubts creeping in, those feelings of, oh, you're gonna find me out for sure, and I'm really, you know, a big faker. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just, you know, I'm just riffing. But I think that's just, you know, it's something else that we need to push through. You know, if you're really gonna take on that mantle of who you are becoming, of that greatness that is just waiting for you, if you're really going to take that on, the most difficult thing you have to deal with is your own self-doubt, is yourself. That's the biggest person you're going to have to fight, because if you can defeat that, if you can conquer that doubt, then it doesn't matter what anybody else says. You're going to move on to become whatever it is you want, because then nothing will stop you. So the only thing that's really ever stopping you is yourself. And my friend Allison went on to talk about it. She says she has both those little demons on her shoulders. One saying, you're a fraud, and the other one saying, you're great, you're great. You can't listen too heartily to both. You have to just keep moving forward. I mean, sure, if you're going to pick one, pick the great one, but keep moving forward. So she says she considers them mice whispering in her ear. So she'll take them off and put them in and this is just where she got weird with this. You put them in a mayonnaise jar, mentally, and squeeze it tight, and then put it down, and then we go back to work, go back to writing, she said. I think she got the analogy from a writer friend of hers, actually, because it's as writers, we're whatever we put down on the page, we have that doubt, or that hubris of, oh, I'm fantastic, so you kind of not doing anything. So if you're going through those experiences, us too, don't listen to either one too strongly. Just move forward and seize your life, seize the day, but seize your life in the way it's going to be. because your future self, the person that you are becoming, is waiting for you, beckoning you, saying, come on, you got to go through this, this, and this, so you can become me, so we can play in this playground. So move forward. Don't listen to yourself too much. Don't take yourself too seriously, but enjoy your life. And welcome to my modern world.